We ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
We hungry?
Oops, yes.
Okay. Welcome back to White on Rice Eats. I'm Shay.
I'm Kimmy.
All right, so today we have, first bought, it was about 4.3 pounds. We have a full salmon fillet here. It's been seasoned and it's also been cooked out on the grill. It was smoked, so it's very, very tender, very nice. It smells delicious. The seasoning was actually a seasoning packet, so it was mixed with a little bit of oil and some other stuff just to mix it all together. And then over here, we have to go with it, we have some very creamy, very cheesy, garlicky mashed potatoes. Very tasty. So, why don't you go ahead and show them real quick, give them a good example. Grab one of those spoons and stretch out some of that.
The consistency is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's very cheesy, but yummy, yummy, yummy.
Okay. Very, very delicious looking. All right, and this is our salmon. You see, you can see that it looks beautiful. All right, let's set that back down. All right.
Can I have a foot?
Yes, here you go.
I'm so hungry.
All right, you ready?
I'm like hangry.
All right, let's start going.
I haven't had cooked salmon in forever.
Oh man, that's just falls right apart, and the flavor's so good.
Make sure I don't spill.
Oh wow, yeah.
I love the fatty parts of it. Right, the skin underneath.
Mm-hmm. It's just a very nice consistency. It just breaks apart really easy. You got like the thickest part of it in there too.
Thick, boy, he thick.
Boy, he thick.
So, what do you want to talk about today?
Not sure.
What's
So-
the topic of the day, sir?
Let's see. No, I don't want to talk about our TV show because that would kind of spoil anything for anybody.
You don't talk about TV shows. Something like story time or your life. What's your favorite part of Thanksgiving since it's coming up?
Well, besides the food, it's just a nice time to be around people and just relax and just kind of enjoy each other and, you know, and I guess, yeah, ultimately be thankful, you know, but, you know, just remembering what you're thankful for. And then, like I said, pigging out. As far as the food goes, I like corn casserole. That's one of my favorite pieces. The bacon in it. And I don't really get a whole, I don't get a hard on for turkey. Turkey's not like my thing.
It's too dry.
It is. It's,
My favorite is honestly the food.
of
I know,
course.
but then like second is if I'm around family. Like if I can go home and see my family or my family comes and see me, then it's great. But sometimes that doesn't always happen. But you're my family.
Yeah.
And that's all that
Absolutely.
matters to me is as long as I have the person that I am closest with around me, then I'm good.
Yeah, it's super fatty at the bottom.
Yeah, I know
it's
that.
like, just that last piece just like melted in my mouth. It like barely even stopped.
I prefer my salmon raw. I mean, that doesn't mean that this isn't good. It's just for some reason I prefer my salmon raw. Sashimi, which we should definitely do a sashimi mukbang.
Definitely. Some tuna belly.
You want some of this? Tuna belly, yeah. Some of this in your bowl?
Yes.
Hold on.
Excellent idea. Wow.
There you go.
not to toot my own horn, but I really did a good job on this.
Good job, babe.
This is
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you for cooking.
It, like,
I boiled the mashed potato. I boiled the potatoes.
thank you. Came home and they were all ready for me to mash up.
He's very good at the grill, so.
This is the first time I ever cooked a whole salmon on the grill like that, though.
Last time you did it on what?
No, I did it in the oven last time.
Okay. Story time.
Story time.
Let's see, it's like asking each other questions. Not questions, what questions? Tell me what, since I was talking to a friend the other day, what are some things you daydreamed about when you were a kid?
I love this part. Okay, so when I was a kid, I, of course, like, you know, always wanted to be a superhero. Always wanted to be a superhero. So, and I'm not ashamed to say this, but all the way up into high school, I would daydream about, you know, being a superhero. Like, oh, save the whole school, stuff like that, you know.
You're my superhero.
Thank you. But I also always wanted to look like an action figure, and now I feel like I'm actually fairly close to that.
You do.
So,
Wouldn't it be cool if you could have your own action figure?
that would be awesome. Mine would be like, definitely need to be some sort of superhero action figure for sure. You could be like a super sexy FBI secret agent.
Yeah, I would daydream I was like a badass secret agent all the time. All the way up to, actually, I still do it sometimes. Like, when I'm at the gym, I'll daydream that I'm at the gym and all of a sudden, some guy comes in, or some guy who's already there is like acting out and being like a meathead and being all, I don't know. And then just everyone gets into a fight, and all of a sudden I step in and I'm like, boom, pow, and then like everybody.
Boom, pow. Love the sound effects. Boom, pow.
And I'll usually do something where it just like knocks them out because hit the pressure points. That, or lately I've been daydreaming that I'm like doing my workout, minding my own business, and all of a sudden this other hot chick comes in and she like gets my attention and she punches me. And then I'm like, oh, what the fuck, I haven't seen you in forever. And so we fight each other, and apparently the story is that we were agents together, but something went wrong, and so now we're mortal enemies. And so there's two hot chicks fighting and tumbling around, and so a bunch of the guys from the gym are trying to hold us off, but apparently we're like way stronger. We're way feistier and way stronger than normal humans. So then we're like fighting each other, and we're throwing like stuff at each other, and we're doing kicks and flips in the air and all this stuff. And I subdue her, and then so I call my secret number, speed dial to X, whoever X is. And that calls
Is he like your Charlie?
No, it's just for anonymous. So then the people come, and then they arrest her, and then there's these FBI like guys in suits, and they talk to me, and they're like, man, Kimmy, if only we could have you back. We miss you at the station. Like, you were the best. And then so everybody at the gym's like, who the heck is Kimmy? Yep, there you go. That's my story. That's one of them.
But people are like that anyways with you.
What?
With you.
Who?
With you. People at the gym.
No, but you know what I mean.
When they get to know you, then they're like, who is this?
That's not what I mean. What is your latest daydream? Or the one you think comes up to mind?
The one that only comes up to mind lately is I dream about bodybuilding. That's about the only thing. And that and cars, always cars.
Okay.
I daydream daily on the road that I'm driving a different car. every single day. Like I just dream of it and I'm like, oh yeah, making the noises in my head and sometimes even out loud. That's why I like driving alone because it gives me that kind of freedom to just be like a little kid in a big toy car. Just,
Can we play the spy cam one day?
place a spy cam.
No.
You might catch some funny stuff.
Which is the most outrageous daydream when you were younger? Younger
Okay.
slash whenever in the past.
Let's see. Okay, so there was this, honestly, I always had this daydream that I would like to be able to travel into movies. And I got the idea from an old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, actually. And so then that became my constant daydream, was that I could go in and out of these movies and I could, when I got into the movie, all of a sudden I was like the hero. I was going to be the guy to save the day. I was going to be the unexpected, kind of the ringer in that sense, just kind of like pop in and be like, boom, deliver the final blow, and be like, yeah, I got you. Be like, yeah, boom, pow, and like, oh, I delivered the final blow to the enemy and I win. So I would do that with all kinds of movies. So I did it with like all the action movies that were like even the funnier ones. Like I loved the original Street Fighter with Jean-Claude and Raul Julia. Even though it's nothing like Street Fighter the game, I still enjoyed the movie because it was just a fun story. It was a fun take on the whole Street Fighter. And just that one blow where Jean-Claude punches Raul Julia and you see the American flag, I was like, yeah, that's America right there. But I would like dream that I would, jump into one of those movies and I'd like, whenever someone was like right before someone would be fighting one of the major bosses, I'd like, like kind of like, boom, I got this, wham, wham, and just take them out and they'd be like, holy crap, who is this guy? And I'd just be like, don't worry, I got this. And then I'd just take off and go to the next one and just beat them all up. And then by the end, we'd be like, oh, yeah, we did this. This is great. And like, oh, yeah, so wonderful. Yeah. And then I'd be like, okay, time to then go to the next movie. And I'd go into another one. And so,
boom, pow.
Yeah, boom, pow. Same thing all over again. It was, so that was always fun. Always daydreamed about being in the Matrix, too. That was a cool one just because it's like the possibilities are almost limitless with that. It's like, oh, well, Neo's the one. Well, I'm even greater than that because I'm from the outside. I'm completely unexpected. I'm unplugged and still in the system. And I can just deliver these massive blows to these agents that they just can't even see. I'm just whack and boom, pow.
Boom, pow.
Wha-cha! Doing that kind of stuff, and then they're done.
Racist.
Racist? Oh, so hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm watching you, bub.
Good. But yeah, that was those were my daydreams. That was always in and out of the movies. That was because I love movies. I think it's a great way of storytelling, and although you miss parts of it that you have to get in the book. So if you ever want a real, the full story of a movie, you have to actually, read the book of it if it has a book. Because there's more details. It just ends up being better. So, wow. It's making my mouth stick together. It's so cheesy.
And I've been eating a lot of it.
Yeah, I know. You cleared like half the plate of that.
My most craziest is, I'm going to try to remember it, but I had a lot. Sometimes I would have a dream at night, and then I would just continue the daydream during the day. Because I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Because when you have the dream, it's like it makes it more realistic, so it's easy to daydream it later. Because usually you daydream of something you've already seen, but you just add stuff to it. Like the gym, I've seen the gym and I add stuff to it,
Yeah,
Or-
exactly. No, I've done that before too, yeah.
I think the craziest is maybe like the one where apparently like I have some long lost uncle who died and left me an estate, and it's like Hey,
I've done that
listen.
one before
No.
too.
And so he left me in a state, but it's this huge place. But plot twist, guess what? I'm a vampire.
You're a vampire. Nice plot
Vampire.
twist. Like, so when did you get turned into a vampire, or were you always a vampire?
There was different variations. There was some variations where I wasn't a vampire, and my uncle was still alive, and he was an asshole uncle, and was like really, kind of like bossed me around, and I don't want to say abusive, but I guess like just an asshole parent, like the whole stepsister, like, or stepmother Cinderella's thing, kind of.
Stepsister.
Hey, shush. And we don't want to get demonetized. And so then it's like, I can't remember, but I think I have friends over, and then like the vampire guy is like realizes like what trouble I'm in, and so he rescued me or something like that. It's been a while, but I can't really remember. But I remember
very Twilighty.
No. More like Vampire Diaries.
Vampire Diaries. Good one.
And there's a lot more, but I can't remember. Oh, another one. At the gym back in college, I would daydream that I'm doing my thing, working out, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of like hot buff military guys like coming in.
I've heard that one.
And have you?
Yeah, you told me that.
And okay. And then then they're like, they go into the section where the basketball courts, but they have pads out and stuff because they're about to begin their training. And so they're about to start their training, and then I'm gonna mess this up. The leader guy, whatever, lieutenant or sergeant, I don't know, whoever, sees me, and he's like, "Oh, hey Kim, like we miss you. Like you were the best of the training. Like you want to come over and show these guys what's up?" And so I'm like, "Sure." And so I go in, and then so everybody out on the gym floor is like, "What's that? Who is she? Like what?" And so all the military guys, the army guys are like, "This chick, like, what the hell does she know? Like what?" And so all of a sudden I'm like, "Come at me, bro."
Come at me, bro.
To one of the guys. And then boom, pow, I
pow.
take him down. I'm like, "Who else?" And then and I don't know if I take more down, but then they realize like, "Oh, okay, so this girl is actually like that's the girl we've heard so much about, like, And so I train them, and then we're all like best bros by the end, and we're like, so then we all leave together, and we're like, that's really it. Like we leave together, and then like I become part of the team, and I start training them, and everybody at the gym is just like watching me leave with the team, like, what?
You are so adorable.
Yup.
She's
Usually
so
there's a
adorable.
theme of like, basically like exposing me of an alternative life, and it's really badass. Basically that's like the theme of like most of them.
Yeah. You should go back to kickboxing. What was it? What were you doing?
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga.
Yeah, but I hurt my shoulder.
You should go back to it.
My body doesn't really.
Doesn't take to the combat
The
that she
boom
daydreamed.
pow.
Yeah, not to the boom pow. Not very well.
Yeah, I'm very delicate.
Yes, you are. You're very adorable. It's okay.
Are you full?
No.
okay.
I just enjoy the conversation. And taking a break for a second.
I'm full.
You're full already?
Yeah, I ate too fast at the beginning.
Yeah, you ate too
I
much
was like,
taters. Although I have to say, you cleared a nice little chunk there. That's probably a good, I would say.
3-4 ounces.
No, more than that.
5 ounces maybe. 5 ounces.
Was it as thick as that is? As much as you cleared?
Yeah.
No, you probably ate at least 12.
No.
I would say 12. What do you think? That's talking about up to here on the fork, and then all the way out to about the whole head of the fork on
If
that
this
edge.
is 4 pounds, like that's 1 pound right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is about 1 pound right there. 1 pound is 16 ounces. So I ate about half of 16 ounces, so 8 ounces maybe.
Okay.
I would say.
Nice way to mathematically go about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm good at, the math, not the boom pow.
Not the
Boom
boom
pow
pow.
math!
Yep. She was a mathlete.
Yeah. Who were you in high school?
Who was I in high school? I have no idea. I was kind of just like a floater. I knew a little bit of everybody, and a little
You were
bit of
friends with
everybody knew
everybody.
me.
I was the nerd. I was like nerd as in like I was very studious, like very hardworking. Took all the honors and all the AP classes. And I was the person that if the teacher was like, we only got one perfect score, everybody would be like, Kim. And I'd be like, nah, I don't think so. And then I get it, I'm like, yeah, actually, I guess I was. That was me. Not from lack of trying, because I studied very hard. Like, I had to work my butt off to get those grades.
I was just good at taking tests.
Everybody thought it was easy for me, but I was like, it's not. I studied like, I'd come home from school and then I would do some homework and then I would go to the gym and then I would come back, do homework, eat, and I wouldn't be done until like 2 a.m. or no, 1 a.m. And then I would leave for school around like, I think it was like 5 a.m. So I wake up at 4 and leave at 5 to get back to school early to do more homework.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
so-
definitely would have been someone to want to introduce you to fun.
I know.
Like, that does not sound...
It wasn't.
Sounds terrible. It's all work, and I mean, you get your time to the gym, but
Yeah.
that's the only bit of like...
We, like my friends and I, we loved the gym so much, like it was our time away that sometimes we would spend like 3 hours at the gym.
Wow.
Because it was like our time to like oogle at guys and stuff.
Time to be actual girls. I'm not junior vice president.
And some of the guys would flirt back, so it was like a nice change for once. But yeah, I felt very misunderstood in high school. Like everybody just thought like, oh, it was easy for me and I was like the smart kid and blah blah blah. And so people assumed like I cheated just because I would get stuff done early, and so I guess they didn't believe that I could do it with just hard work. Yeah. Yeah. If you could say you are misunderstood for something, what would that something be?
Misunderstood for something.
Like now. Not necessarily back then.
Now? I don't know.
Like for me, I think what I feel like I'm most misunderstood about is that people think I'm I feel like a lot of people see me and they think I'm like a stupid slut.
I don't think that at all.
Not you, of course, but I feel like other people.
I don't think they think that at all.
They think I'm ditzy, kind of like flirtatious, like a little bit like I get around. I'm too flirty. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like I can see that from some of the girls at the gym, like the way like some people stare at me. Your family, right? They think I'm kind of like this, like very superficial, like kind of, you know.
I don't know that. I don't think that they think that. I mean,
I think so. I would say that's what I'm misunderstood about, probably. But I've heard some, like, one or two people tell me, they're like, oh yeah, I thought you were a little kind of, like, ditzy and, like,
yeah.
Yeah. People think I'm, like, kind of superficial, because I come up and I'm like, hi, like, I'm very bubbly. They think I'm, like, really bubbly, which I am, but they think I'm superficial and there's not much more to it. And then they get to talk to me, and then I'm actually, like, really, like, deep and real and down to earth. Yeah, I would say that's the I guess the thing I would say I'm most likely to be misunderstood for.
I'm not sure. I don't think I really feel misunderstood that much anymore.
It doesn't mean you feel misunderstood. I think something you might be misunderstood for. I think you might be misunderstood for at the gym, like one of those douche bros. Like, I can see that because I'm sure like guys probably are like, "What is this guy doing?" Like that they think you're like some kind of like, you know, just douchebag
Just a
bro.
regular douchebag.
But there's actually more to you. You're like actually really geeky and into comics and stuff like that, you know, and you're actually like.
Yeah, I am a collector. I have many, many comics.
Yeah, that's
Which is an interesting point because we do have a new studio space that I am working on, and I put it together, and I think it's really cool. It's not going to be the end-all, be-all, final. This is how it's always going to look, but I think that it's really awesome for now, and it's a good start, and I'm really excited about where and what we're going to be doing from here on out. I have a lot of people that want to come and actually eat with us, so I really hope y'all enjoy and stay tuned and coming back to eat with us, even though we didn't even come anywhere near this.
It's okay.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Bye.